I'll drop this real quick. I was on Quora and I was asked the question that what is my language learning strategy? Like how exactly do I learn the languages that I know? So I thought it quite expedient on me to actually make this video to explain that. Now, the very first thing I would like to say is that language learning is much more than a heaps of books. It's much more than you just going online, or perhaps maybe just checking up the dictionary and learning a couple of words. No, you can't learn a language that way. Rather, another wonderful approach you could use is to actually make use of that language by speaking, getting close with, and communicating with native speakers. Let me give you a particular example. While I was in the University of Ilorin precisely, and trying to learn French, what I did was that we had started attending classes, elective French classes in the French department. But I realized that I couldn't really get much out of what was actually being taught. So what I did was I liaised with French speakers that were in the French department themselves, because I was in the linguistics department. I wasn't a French student. So I liaised with them and I got to speak to them that, oh, I'm having issues learning the French language. I would like you to actually take me extra tutorials in the language. But the tutorials would be in such a way that you would assist in explaining what exactly we are doing in class. But in addition, you are now going to help me, you understand, by speaking to me. Even though I don't understand, speak the French. And you can now speak the French and now explain to me later on that, oh, this is the meaning of what I said. So in order for me to be able to understand the French language. And voila, that was how I learned the French language. I learned it by communicating in the language, not learning just words, not going into the dictionary, even though you still make use of the dictionary in a particular way, you understand, once you are not getting to understand some things. But the very first thing is that first start communicating. I know that a lot of people won't say, oh, I don't know anything, I need to know something first before that is a total lie. Start learning the language by making use of it. If you don't make use of it, you won't learn the language. So the best strategy for you to use while starting to learn your particular language is for you to communicate in that language. Get someone that speaks the language. If you don't have someone that speaks the language very close to you, the social media world is a digital world that we are in a digital village. You can see people that speak the language in your locality, around your social media networks, the platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can see native speakers there. So if you want a strategy that can work for you in learning a language, is yes, you can take online courses. We have online courses. A.O.S Academy, for instance, have online courses. But the online courses you must even take must be one that makes you be able to speak with native speakers. The one that doesn't just base solely on teaching you the language on a theoretical basis. You need to make use of the language immediately as you are learning it. Be making use of it. Be speaking with native speakers. You understand? If you don't have native speakers, you have people that are teaching you on the online courses that know the language. Inculcate the habit. What I did in Nigerian French Language Village way back 2013 was that I made it compulsory, mandatory on myself to speak the French language. Anybody that wants to speak to me in the hostel that I was living in the French language, I inculcated the habit of, if they don't speak the French language to me, I won't respond. You can discipline yourself that way. It's not going to be easy because you yourself don't really know much at the beginning. But as you start in that process, you would immerse yourself. You would do a linguistic immersion for yourself to learn the language, come with me, and before you know it, you will start making use of the language without knowing it. Do you understand? So it is not rocket science, but the idea is don't just solely be making use of books or translations or even the Google Translate. Google Translate won't help you that much. You yourself need to learn the language in practice. You understand? That's the idea behind this video. Learn a language in practice. That's the best strategy for you. Do not learn a language theoretically, but rather in practice. Learn it in context. So thank you very much. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions about this video, please put it in the comment section of this video. I would reply to it. Thanks.